haven't spoken to you in a very, very long time, and I'm not gonna lie and be like, no, I was busy. No, I wasn't busy. I was literally up to nothing. That's why I felt like it's gonna be useless for me to vlog, because I'm not gonna be vlogging anything like in a productive way, in terms of like what am I doing with my life and all of that. There's really nothing much to say, other than the fact that I recently moved, as you guys have seen from my recent vlog. Yeah, not recent, Sana. Ages ago. Not recent vlog, but I did mention that I am moving. So right now I am currently in Gauteng, and you know, I'm taking things day by day. Things are obviously not gonna always go as planned, but I'm grateful to be here. You know, I'm grateful for taking the step to finally be like, you know what, I'm stepping out, and I'm stepping out now. Like, if I don't do it now, don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I'm doing it now. And I love the fact that my parents have been so supportive these past few days, even though I have been living in my head, literally living in my head these past few days, just feeling like a lot overwhelmed, you know, feeling out of place, doubting, you know, the decision that I made, like in terms of, did I make a good decision to actually move? Should I have stayed at home and looked at moving like next year? Did I make the right decision? You know, just that's like the question that has just been flowing in my head. But I'm trying my best not to stay focused on that. And I feel like also maybe not having a church this side is starting to affect me, because like on Sundays, like I take church as my petrol station, you know. That's where I go refill my tank for the week, where there are people, there's a word of God. It's a community, because the church is literally not the building, but the people in the church, where 2 or 3 are gathered, you know. So that's why I'm like, God, I just need a community. Like, I really, really need a community, because I'm somehow I just feel like I'm suffocating, you know, just suffocating from just the pressure of being alive. The pressure, I feel like one thing that I'm really feeling a lot is the fact that I'm a girl with goals. You know, when you have goals, this life thing is just not so easy. It's really not easy. When you have goals, it just becomes a lot more hard, you know. I think I'm going to change the angle for lighting. Let me see what I can do. I really think I should change the angle for lighting. Okay, I think this angle is a lot more better. I'm just going to be turning my head to look at the mirror. But I felt like, yeah, I was living in my head too much, feeling a lot more overwhelmed, especially ever since like I moved this side. Because you know, when you move, you have certain goals. You don't just move, you have like certain goals and wishes of things that you would want, you know, moving to that specific place. But also, we also then forget that certain things take time. And I feel like I was just in that space where I'm just forgetting that this thing is not easy, man. And where I'm at, I've come so far, and I should be grateful the fact that I'm on this position right now, because I've worked with like recently I've worked with brands, especially like 2 brands I was like not even aiming for, in a way. One brand specifically that I was not even aiming for. So before I left and I came this side, I got an email from Mac. They're like, hey girl, I want to work with you, so and so and so. And I was just like, you know what, this is something I've been praying for, and to be able to finally do it, I'm just so grateful. More than anything, I'm literally just so grateful, because I prayed about this. You get me? I don't want to do a full face, and why is this brush falling apart? It's like literally falling apart. I'm trying my best to be grateful for all the things that are working right now, that kind of look promising. You know, I'm trying my best not to only just look at like the negative things only, just to be like, you know what, I'm here because God wants me to be here at the end of the day, and I must trust more into Him while I'm working on like my goals and all of the things that I want to achieve, you know. So these past few days have literally been that. And also, ever since I got the side, if you don't know me, I'm not a winter babe, so I've been suffering from since I stepped in the city. Child, I got flu and I was sick for like 2-3 weeks. 2 weeks full. I was sick for like full 2 weeks before I started like getting a lot more better. But I wasn't feeling well. Also, change of environment. But other than that, there's really not much to say, guys. That I'm not even gonna lie to you. There's really not much to say. But only thing to say is that, like, obviously you guys are expecting content. But my apologies as to the fact that currently I cannot show up as my best self. And I feel like, as much as people be like, no, but show up, no matter how how you feel, no matter how you're down, even if you go to shame and all of that stuff. Got that. Guys, like I don't even want to lie to you. I'm so lazy for me to film for YouTube. I just feel like, especially because I feel like my life is just so stagnant. That's why I feel like I'm so lazy to shoot for YouTube. Because I'm not getting up to anything. What is the point of shooting if I'm not doing anything? You know, like literally I'm not doing anything, guys. Just wake up in the morning, film some content, do submissions, stay in the yard, the house, step out if I'm like hanging clothes, step out if I'm like going to the shop to go get some bread and all of that, you know. It's just like nothing much until obviously I start school. I'll have more for life in a way, I could say, when I start school, but right now nothing. Most of all, I have been very consistent on TikTok. So if you do not follow me on TikTok and Instagram, that's where I've been trying my best to be consistent, because I'm also trying to build like my followers there, especially on YouTube, not YouTube, on Instagram. I'm trying to get to like 10k followers so I can, you know, feel a lot more encouragement in a way. And I know that it's not always about followers, but I'm trying to build a community. So even with the people that are gonna follow me, I'm like working on that, so being a lot more consistent with the content that I'm posting. And I know that sometimes we feel like some niches don't go up as much, you know, especially like beauty and like lifestyle in a way. Unless like you're so consistent and you build your following, that's when you start having that flow thing. But when you start saying, it's so stagnant, guys. I'm not even gonna lie, it is literally so stagnant. I remember I was scrolling on Instagram, the day before yesterday. So on a social girl, she posted amazing videos of quality, and pictures, everything of it is just quality. And I'm like, this girl deserves to be like, I think like have a good amount of like following. When I checked her following, I was like, what the hell is going on with like, and I know that it's not always about numbers, but at the end of the day, it's the numbers that help you to a certain point get where you want to be. But also consistency is also what helps you get where you want to be. So that's why I'm also like, you know what, as long as I'm showing up every single day doing what I love, it'll get to the right people at the right time. You get me? So today I'm just gonna go in with some skin tint from Maybelline in the shade 10.5, because I'm not going anywhere, and I like how the skin tint just goes into your skin, doesn't really give like too much, you know. And yeah, I feel like I've been a lot more consistent on like my TikTok, and I've been a lot more consistent on my Instagram. So if you want to keep up more as to like what I'm doing and what's going on and stuff, or just to see me post content, you can go and follow me on my TikTok, on the road to 50,000 followers. And also follow me on my Instagram, on my road to 10,000 followers. But yeah, guys, I feel like the cheat code, I feel like the 9 to 5 job is the easy way to go, you know. It's more stable. It's, you know that you're going to work and you're going to get paid at the end of the month. And no matter what, you're going to get paid at the end of the month. But with content, it's a lot more complicated, you know. Not even necessarily complicated, but it's not as easy as it looks, you know. You don't do a job and then just get paid. You do a job, you submit, you wait, then you get paid. It's like itenda, literally. It's like itenda, but itenda lupa ngoba uzosukube nepatu ungabhadalwa. Itenda uzosukube nepatu ungabhadalwa, but with content you will get paid, you know, especially if you have a good manager on that campaign who's gonna communicate with you. And you know, like even now I have like invoices I need to do to send back to brands that I've worked with like almost a month and a half ago, you know. Now they want their invoices. So all of that you learn once you get into the space, you know. And I feel like that's also something that I've been struggling with. The fact that I know people are saying that gatekeeping is okay. Why do you have to share everything? We don't have to share everything. But guys, I feel like if we weren't sharing knowledge, we wouldn't need teachers. Everybody would just learn for themselves, you know. Like we wouldn't need someone else who knows better. But people have their own opinion to something, and people, if they don't want to share something with you, it's also okay. But I feel like I've just been blessed to have a friend that is in the content space, you know, where I'm able to like call her, hey babe, like what's going on, you know, what's going on, what are you doing, how am I supposed to handle this brand emailed me, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, like, you know. And she's been very, very like helpful towards me, you know, of which I feel like to a certain extent friendships should be like that. As much as we're there for each other, we should be able to help each other in certain you know, in certain aspects of like, okay, I'm able to help her here, she's able to help me there. If I need this type of information, I know she's going to be able to, you know, help me. So yeah, that's also something I've just been doing. And also I feel like my problem is that I feel like I've been consuming a lot of content these past few days, and I feel like that's what's shaking my brain, you know, just feeling like I'm not doing good, I'm not doing enough, what is missing. But I just feel like what's more important for me right now, I should just show up every single day, film my content, do like try my best to not lose the fact that I enjoy creating content. You get me? And I feel like seeing all these like content creators work with these brands and do these amazing things, and you know that this person probably bagged like 5 digits, bruh, serious 5 digits type of like, you know, like serious bag, and you just there at the bottom and you're like, damn. And you even get to the point where you feel like, but this person really working as hard as I'm working? You know, that's where you start doubting yourself and you start comparing yourself to other people. And it happens because we're human, but it's very important to remind yourself that we all going to the same place, but we all are not gonna have like the same journey, of which it's something I've also been trying to remind myself. Guys, and you get my point. So we just need to be kind to ourselves, which is something that I spoke about in my first video 2025, and now it's something I'm struggling, you know, to do. I'm struggling to be kind to myself. I'm struggling to acknowledge the fact that I'm doing as much as I can do at this point in time with what I have. And sometimes there's nothing more you can do, and that's okay. Just use what you have and do the most with what you have, you know. But most of all, man, I'm just so I'm grateful. I don't even want to lie and say I'm not grateful for a lot of things. I'm very grateful for a lot of things. My sister is gonna be this side with me, and I cannot wait to be with her because I miss her so much. I haven't seen her since like the year started. I last saw her last year December, so I can't wait to see her. And I feel like us being together, we're gonna be able to motivate each other even more, you know, because I feel like we're both just in a time in our life where we're just trying a lot, you know, we're just trying, and we just need like a serious breakthrough. We really need a serious breakthrough. Like we're gonna go in with this blush that I got from MAC. Oh guys, I can't believe I can say that I actually worked with MAC. This is the blush Flirting with Danger Minimizer blush. I love this blush. Like I really love this blush. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just looks so nice. I'm just blabbing because normally I go in with my blush before I go in with my concealer. But anyways, child, so yeah, man, that's just my mind that has been just like, you know, a bit all over the place. But I'm just grateful that my parents are supportive. I feel like that's what's most important to me, is the fact that I get all of the support that I'm receiving and stuff, but when it comes to making such decisions in life right now, I'm just grateful that my parents are supportive, because that's the only support I can say I have right now. My parents' support. Obviously, as single as a Pringle, of which it's almost going to be 2 years since your girl. It's almost going to be a full 2 years with your girl being single. And where's my head at when it comes to love? Definitely not close to it, hey? Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not thinking about... I don't see myself. I do think about, oh my gosh, maybe I should start, you know, talking to people, seeing maybe umuntu angaba, you know, with some luck or what sort. But I feel like I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to avail myself emotionally for someone else currently, because I'm trying to figure out my life, you know. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with me. What do I want for my life before I want someone else to be, you know, part of my life, of which I feel like it's very valid, and it's not something I should rush to, because at the end of the day, there's a certain partner I want. There's a certain type of person that I want to see myself, you know, in a relationship with. I don't just want to date anybody, you know, and I want to date with intention. I don't want to just be like, no, I have a boyfriend. No, I want to date with intention. I want to love with intention. And I want to be a mom one day. I want to get married one day. And I want a good, faithful, God-fearing husband, you know, a spirited husband. that's what I want one day. And sometimes it's more important that in your waiting season, you work on yourself. Don't go looking. I feel like when it comes to relationship things, especially if you want like a good relationship as a girl, I know relationships are not easy right now. It is just so difficult to just find a man, guys. It is so not easy because I feel like as a woman we have grown so much. Like we are so content with so many things to the point of where we are so careful with, we don't want anybody just coming into our lives and disturbing our peace. You get me? So I'm just a lot more caution, like I have a lot more caution straight, good to be cautious border as to who I want to be part of my life, as to who I want to talk to, who do I want to, get to know and all of that. Because on top of that, I feel like I have just also learned to be so self-aware. Sometimes I do get affected by the person that I care about, especially if they're not okay, like if I make them mad or they mad at me, it messes up my mind. Like all of a sudden, okay, like I said, focus. All of a sudden, I'm losing my mind over that, and I feel like it's something that I've also been praying about, that I shouldn't allow the small inconvenient thing that could possibly happen in the morning to detect how my day is gonna go. Because I tend to be like that, like if I wake up in the morning and one thing is going bad, like I'm supposed to be somewhere and then I'm late, and then my whole day is messed up. Like let's just skip the day and go to the next one. I do tend to be like that because I feel like I have learned, or I have put my mind in a state of, that's just where I could say my mind is at when it comes to like getting to know people and like getting in a relationship. I feel like getting to know people, I'm open to friendships, like I don't even want to lie. I feel like as I've grown older, I have realized the importance of community, of just having good people like around you, and I am not necessarily scouting for a community. I'm not like scouting for a community, but I'm just hoping that I can, see one, or one can see me, and we can kind of like get along and chow, and yeah, just have that community of people where we believe in the same things in a way. And especially when it comes to like, I feel like I just want like a Christian community, just Christian girls, man, just trying to get it, God's girls, big God small girl vibes. I feel like that's the type of community I just need, because I've never really had like a big group of friendship when it comes to like girls and stuff, and I've never had my best luck when it comes to having like female friends. And I do have female friends, but they're obviously like separate. They don't necessarily know each other like that. Like they're not friends, we just friends together. They're not like friends with my friends, and I'm not like friends with their friends type of friendship. So I'm just open to also like making a lot more friends and all of that. And I feel like in due time, especially once I start school, it's gonna like start making more sense. This bronzer, concealer. If you just want to like go into content creation also, I feel like you should definitely download like Humans. And I don't want to say download Indie Ash, but you can download Indie Ash. But the way I got Indie Ash was through like emailed partnership. They emailed me last year to work with me, and it was like, okay, we work through the Indie Ash app, and that's how I got the Indie Ash app. So you can also try that one. I'll just put like the logos of the apps on the screen, baby. I feel like something that I've also like been enjoying doing these days is just doing my makeup, even when I'm not going anywhere, Sana, because this makeup will sit with me till because I barely leave this house. I barely leave this house. I was even telling my friend, I'm like, dude, we need to like go to Gold Reef City, or just go out for like lunch, and the whole time is starting to frustrate me. It's literally starting to frustrate me so much. I'm just getting so frustrated seeing these doors before I sleep, waking up, seeing the same doors and walls, and just not stepping out. It's like, oh, chocolate melanin, babe. I love, sorry, my nose is so itchy when I do my makeup. Okay, I love the Yardley 3-in-1 setting spray, but now I'm trying out this Rimmel London one, Fix and Go. So that's the one I'm trying out. Let me just spray it out then. That I feel like I really have pressure that is enough, and I can't keep pouring from an empty cup. I need to try and fill in my cup while trying to be as present as possible, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I know that it's a bit difficult to do all three social media platforms at the same time for me currently. But I do believe that in due time, kuzohlangana, in due time, ngiyatrust ukuthi kuzohlangana, but kwamanje, it's literally not together. But I'm definitely enjoying the YouTube girlies they're posting. They're just motivating me, just keeping it at the back of my head that, girl, you need to get back to posting. You need to get back to showing up, and all that. But I am showing up on my TikTok and I am showing up on my YouTube, and I feel like for now that is enough. That's what my cup can currently handle, and it definitely cannot handle more. It can't handle more than that, baby. I'm not even gonna lie. It cannot. But anyways, this is my little chat, and let's do my makeup. I've worked with quite amazing brands these past few weeks, which is amazing, and